Welcome to Fair Game. I'm Kristine Leahy. My guest today won the Rose Bowl in his first full year as the head football coach at USC. Now he's trying to get the Trojans back to national prominence. Clay Helton is here. Clay, thank you so much for coming.
Well, thanks for having me.
So in just 5 years, you went from being the quarterback's coach to the head coach. And is it true? I heard that you were so excited to become the head coach that you forgot to actually read your contract before you signed it.
Yeah, it was a day after the UCLA game. I sat down with Pat Hayden, our athletic director at the time, and he offered me the job. He had the contract right there and said, "Coach, would you like to be the head coach of USC?" I said, "Sure. Where do you want me to sign?" He goes, "On the back page." And I said, "All right, let's do this."
You just flipped ahead.
Oh, I didn't even read it. I was like so honored and so proud to be at USC and to be the head coach. That it was probably the fastest negotiation in the history of college football.
What did your wife say about this?
She didn't know, to be honest with you. That's a great story. We actually, Pat and I together said, wouldn't it be cool in today's age, especially with the way information gets out, for our kids not to read it on the ticker. To actually have the players that fought for our staff, fought for myself to get the job, wouldn't it be neat to tell them first? And so we actually, Pat and I said, we'll go the whole day, not tell anybody. And then I didn't tell my wife until midnight that night, and just basically said, "Hey, baby, we just got the USC job. I need you to get the kids, and we've got a press conference tomorrow at 10 a.m. after we tell our players." And it's out there on social media. The reaction of our kids and our athletes was priceless that day. It's one of the most special memories in my career.
Yeah, because they supported you. They were really happy for you.
Oh, no question.
Yeah.
We were happy for each other, what we had been able to accomplish through a rough start, and then what we were able to do that rest of that season down the stretch was special.
So I'm sure after the fact you might have kind of gone through the contract. Was there anything in it that you're like, wait a minute, I should have picked up on this?
I might have read a couple things, but still to this day, I say I don't got to be at USC. I get to be at USC. So I'm always thankful for each and every day there.
Well, you definitely have one of the most high-profile college coaching jobs in the country. It's also in Hollywood, so you get everything that comes with that. What's been the coolest experience you've had getting to be the coach of USC?
Oh, my goodness. Probably the neatest experience is winning the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
Just the history that's behind that game, the granddaddy of them all. I remember somebody telling me, "Coach, make sure you look up and enjoy the moment for a second." It was right at the beginning of the start of the game. Two of the biggest arms I've ever felt came up behind me, gave me a big hair, actually raised me off the ground. And I turned around, and it's Marcus Allen and Ronnie Lott standing right beside him. And they said, "Coach, good luck, go get him." And I was like, wow, that's really cool. I don't get struck by movie stars, but when Marcus Allen and Ronnie Lott walk up to you, you go, man, that's really cool. And to be able to have a chance to be with those kids, win that game, to see the confetti fall and know that we had won our 25th Rose Bowl at USC, that's a special thing.
This past year definitely had a downturn. You guys were finished 5-7. And you failed to be eligible for a bowl game. There's a lot of speculation about your job. How much did that affect you both personally and professionally?
Well, it's part of the trade. And you know the expectations of USC. If you don't like them, don't take the job. We live in a championship city. Los Angeles is an unbelievable place. Lakers, the Dodgers, USC Trojans, Los Angeles Rams now being. We expect championships, and USC deserves championships. So you're going to have the good and the bad. You're going to have the Rose Bowl years, and you're going to have the Pac-12 championship. And then we had a downturn. And what we have to do is be able to learn from those mistakes, make the corrections that are needed for our football team, and move forward. And I've got the opportunity, along with a great staff and our kids, to be able to get that done. And I'm so glad and so fortunate to have that opportunity. And I know the expectations that come with it. That's what USC is about. It's about winning and winning championships.
All right, we got to talk about Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah.
I know you knew it was coming. He was a coach on your staff for 34 days.
Yes.
Did he have a direct conversation with you when he decided that he was going to take an NFL head coaching job? Oh,
yes, he did. He was great through the entire process. I mean,
the process must have started from day one of him being the coach.
No, well, he actually, took the job, and it wasn't until January. I remember the day exactly. It was the first week in January. I think it was like January 7th. I'm pulling up to church with my family, and he called me and said, "Coach, I've got an unbelievable opportunity to have the chance to interview with the Jets and the Cardinals." And I said, Cliff, that's unreal. And it's one that I hope not only you go take and do a great job, but I hope you get one of those jobs because that's a life-changing experience, you know. And that's why he came to USC. He came to USC to help us win football games, but he always said, Coach, at one point in time, I hope I can go back and be a head football coach again. And anytime that you have the opportunity to be a head coach in the NFL, you have to go take that. And don't hold it against him at all. I'm thrilled for him. He's a great coach. That's why we brought him to USC. It's a style of football that we wanted to go to. And so we had Cliff for 34 days, and now we got Graham Harrell, who brings in a very similar system with that pass game experience and expertise that I wanted moving forward.
What % of your mind thought that he was going to still be on your coaching staff this upcoming season?
When he took the job, 100%. Even when he went to the interview, I was like, I don't know if this will happen. And even in his mind, he was like, Coach, I'll be back. I think he had an interview with the Jets on Monday, Cardinals on Tuesday. He said, I'll be back in the office Wednesday, Coach. But, you know, again, you never know in this profession which way it's going to go, and you got to make the most of opportunities. And Cliff did. You know, there's a big difference making $25 million at Arizona and being the head coach.
Yeah.
That's a life-changing experience. So I'm glad for him.
Yeah, I think there was just a big, there were some things that he said in the media that made people think pretty quickly, oh, wait a minute, he doesn't really think he's going to be here. He's probably going to look at NFL jobs. I tell you what, every day he was on the job, he worked to make our place a better place and to prepare for the upcoming season. I appreciated that. Yeah.
And there was at one point in time did I ever feel that, oh, he's looking for another job or trying to go in a different direction. It was all about the next season, and I appreciated that.
All right, so a coaching job in college, there is no off season for you. We know that you are busy all the time.
Yes.
And one of the things you have to do, I don't understand how coaches do it, is you have to keep track of all of your players. Yeah. How do you do this?
Well, I believe in, I've got 3 children by birth with my wife, Angela, and we got 110 we get the honor to adopt. So we actually raise them just like our kids. You know, we make sure they're going to class. We make sure they're going to study hall. And we check their social media, you know, and make sure they're representing not only their immediate family, but their USC family. And being able to say, hey, I see this. My wife, Miss Angela, I'm probably giving away my secret right now. My wife, Miss Angela, is friends with a lot of our players on social media.
Oh.
And she'll be able to show me and say, hey, look at this.
Oh, so she busts them.
Oh, no question.
And what happens when you see something or your wife sees something on social media that you probably don't like?
Well, we say there's no private moments, and you put that information out there. So I don't mind showing it in front of the team also.
Oh.
So I think one of the greatest forms of pressure is peer pressure. And if you're willing to put that out there, we'll show it to our teammates in a hurry and say, hey, are we going to represent our team and our family this way? And it's a great learning lesson. Usually only happens once. And usually you're a rookie. Usually you're a rookie, but it's a quick lesson learned.
Check out our YouTube channel, FairGame on FS1, to catch all the best highlights of our show. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode.